See, these are new niggas on the block. Look at these motherfuckers sitting on the corner. They the new niggas. They ain't got nothing on their mind. They just came to America and they waiting on marching orders. Them niggas sitting right there on the corner. Yeah, they waiting on marching orders. Y'all niggas better wake up and be prepared for war, homie. They ain't let the borders open for nothing. They coming for us. They coming for us. These motherfuckers standing on every corner doing nothing. Look at them. I'd be ready to crack one of their motherfucking heads open if they look at me. If they look at me funny, I'ma punish them motherfuckers. And I suggest y'all do the same before they punish y'all.
All right. Не, бе, не трябваше това да го отваряш, братко. Това не трябваше да го отваряш. Чакай, чакай, не го отвари това, не го отвари това. Айде, го, 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 го! Айде, бе, бе, Викинг Тарзан си, бе, бе. Айде, бе.
If you're in America, you need to hear this. We are in grave danger right now. Your wives, your girlfriend, your children. So allegedly, Mexico prisons are releasing inmates. And what are they doing with all of them? They're all coming across the border for the craziest, most ridiculous, evil crimes you can even think of. And if you notice, they're all men. They've always been men. When I was 16, I was in jail for 3 months. I was housed with adults because the way the jail system worked. And when the illegals would come in, they would come in for awful, awful crimes. The worst things you can think of, right? And they would have no remorse in their eyes. They would not care. Because let me tell you how the deportation works in this country. They come here, they do the most heinous crime, they just get sent back home. And guess what? They come do it again. And that was 13 years ago with an actual functioning border, to where we are now, where they're actually encouraging them to come, paying them to come. Something's happening to all the children and all the women. They're letting all the men through. This is the biggest danger we have ever seen to our wives, our girlfriends, and our children ever in the United States. I won't even let my wife leave after dark. This is bad. Since Biden has gotten to office, 3.8 million immigrants have come into the country. Majority, again, have been men, middle-aged men, which is really funny considering Illinois is trying to pass a bill where non-US citizens could literally be law enforcement. What's going on? There's more to the story we'll have to talk about tomorrow, but right now my focus is warning you with your families. The cartels are tied into this.
A freight train packed with migrants was caught on video as it rushed towards the US border. The train departed from the city of Zacatecas in central Mexico, from where it is approximately 750 miles to the United States. The video comes amid unprecedented immigration into the United States. Every freight car was packed with people cheering and whistling, and some even leaning over the sides and waving at the camera.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you are asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one, will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about illegal immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we have not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
This is a call to action. This happened in Florida, and people, we need to wake up, stand up, and we need to cry loud. There are too many unalivings, lynchings that are happening. People being found hung, and down in Jacksonville, actually in Baldwin, Florida, they're trying to rule everything that happens to this right here, people like this right here, trying to rule it a unaliving of themselves. This is Keandre Taylor. He was working down in Baldwin, Florida at a travel center, Travel Centers of America, a Petro down in Baldwin, Florida. He voiced his concerns many times to his family, even tried to reach out to HR regarding the harassment and the racism that he was facing at his job. But nobody was listening at his job. His family was, but at his job they wasn't. They failed him. Some of the last words that his family heard from him when he wrote them was, "I don't want to be unalived out here, man." And less than 48 hours before his unaliving, Keandre expressed his fear of dying at the hands of racist staff and co-workers. September the 30th this year, Keandre was hung. He was hung. And at the time of his unaliving, his emergency contact was not notified. His family was not notified. He had been unalive for almost 24 hours before his mother, Tawana Richmond Taylor, was even notified. And there are many inconsistencies and untruths that clearly shows that this was not done to himself. Somebody did it to him, or somebody's. It was extra people. This was done to him. He didn't do it to himself. He had bruises. He had knots on his head. He had a swollen eye, and it looked like somebody had actually beat this boy up. He's 31 years old. He has 3 children that are under 10 years old, and they are the light of his life. And this young man was found hung in a storage shed at his job at the Travel Centers of America in Baldwin, Florida, in his uniform. And the only way that his family found out was it was somebody that he was cool with that called the family, called the mother. Now, this may be a procedure, but everybody at his job could identify him. But the police came in and still wanted to fingerprint him. The questions that have to be asked: if he committed an unaliving to himself, how did he hit himself in the eye? How did he hit himself in the head? How did he end up with all these bruises? How? This is just like the Yona Lubrin case and many other cases that are happening all in Florida. This stuff is happening in Florida. We need to wake up, people. And when you try to search this story, people, TikTok, when you try to search this story, there are no news stories, no articles or anything. It's the family crying aloud. So we need to get this out there. We need to share this, share it far and wide. We need to bring attention to this. Justice for Keandre Taylor.